Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to SpawnCast episode
114.
I was gonna take yes, 114. All right. 114. This is our pre-E3, big pre-E3 2019 SpawnCast. This is the last one before E3. I don't even feel like E3 started yet because I mean it was EA, so who really cares?
They ask you how you are, you just have to say that you're fine.
But they did at least do Star Wars. Anyway, let me go around here because we have a couple people joining us. Our guest tonight is Scott the Waz. Scott, thanks for joining us tonight.
Hey, no problem. It's an honor to finally be using Google Hangouts for the first time.
It looks very 2008-ish. So
yeah, the pleasure is all mine. I'm so excited to be using it.
Yes. Then we have Sean RGT.
Yo, what's up?
How's Ricky doing?
Ricky's good, man. He's been eating Triscuits lately. He seems to like the fire cracked tomato and basil Triscuits.
Oh, okay. Then we got OJ. What's going on?
Why do you have the SpawnCast on in the back?
We were talking about this beforehand, and he was like, I'll put it on the TV because we got our big heads on the TV then. So
all right, that's cool, Sean. It's all good. I love Sean's style. It's amazing. Yo, I'm doing good, man.
It is very Japanese, like people randomly just being like cigarette power, yes, and stuff like that. They did a direct translation, and I think it was a good choice, but I dig it.
Like I was doing drugs when SpongeBob was popular. Like I was in high school and shit, and like people were talking about SpongeBob. I'm like SpongeBob, you know, I'm gonna pop some pills or some shit.
Yeah, like,
I never got down with it.
Sean, that would have made the show better, bro. Like,
I mean, you're probably not wrong.
Andy Ackerman says Dreamcast guy not showing the chat love tonight.
Ooh.
Oh, so I actually am having really bad motion sickness, and I'm doing my best not to vomit, so I can't have the chat up. I'm not sure what triggered the last 48 hours. I feel like I'm going to puke. So I apologize, chat. I can't read. If you're like sending me dick pics, I can't see them. I apologize.
Dreamcast guy, you drinking water, bro?
Yes, I've been drinking. I don't know what triggers this. I only have it every 6 months or so. It's really bad motion sickness. Honestly, I do think it was EA Play. EA Play.
Wow, EA Play made you sick.
Really?
My God.
Ooh, that's a good video title.
These really awkward crane shots for some reason on my big screen TV were really messing with my head. I'm that kind of wimp. I can't see games like that.
Star Wars.
Okay. So the one thing that was good, I guess, was Star Wars. Oh, well, that was interesting at least.
Ooh,
okay. This is
spicy opinions.
Yeah, this is gonna be okay. Okay. So did everyone see the Star Wars gameplay?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
No.
of course.
So so describe it to me.
And who loves to play FIFA or something has to feel, because you got to remember, well, soccer, football, as some would call it, isn't all that.
The world, but
most of the world. Oh, yeah.
Is it?
I've heard some people speculating that if we're going to see the Dino Crisis remake,
Ooh.
they're probably going to put that on their stage come later. Basically, they can do a shot-for-shot remake of that with like 3D controls, and it would just age perfect.
Well, the thing of it is the dinosaurs in the game, the raptors in the game, especially because the second game was kind of more action based, but in the first one where it was essentially Resident Evil with.
Go on.
There goes Sean.
Oh, wow, it was just like Resident Evil, you're right? But yeah.
Capcom cut him off. They said enough of you.
God, but on that point though, yeah, the T-Rex and stuff was so spooky. Oh, is he back?
I wish we get Sean's picture back up because he's like frozen, like in like this perfect. There we go.
I think he's back.
Oh,
You back, Sean?
yeah.
How late? I gotta. How long did you just talk in your living room? Just
Man,
like
I had a nice little spiel, man, about how.
You had that, like, bro, you had
Make the
that
rant.
dorm girl school look. You know when the girls walking out of the doors, everybody just look at her like,
Man, that was a good speech too. The dinosaurs are smart and fast, and that's what makes it exciting.
I'm sure your recliner appreciated it
because you got the We'll move on.
Some people are speculating, what if they come out and it turns out that Scarlet is one last special edition Xbox One? I know, yeah. And I said, I was telling people, if they do that, they're screwed. Like, if they really come out and go, and the final Xbox One family member, I mean, I'm going to burn the stage down myself.
It's called like the Xbox One XS.
Yeah, right, yeah.
Just keep adding on numbers at the end.
And then let's go through real quick. xCloud will be there. Any thoughts on xCloud? Do you think it's going to be better or worse than Stadia?
Wait, better than Stadia? How could anything be better than Stadia, man? Stadia's awesome.
Stadia is God now.
Oh yeah, let's get Scott's thoughts on Stadia real quick.
I can play Final Fantasy 15 on my Mac. It's so cool.
Okay. It's well, we need a Chrome box. We need a little Chrome.
Sure. It's fine, I guess.
Okay, so
let
me say, because what's Scott's thought on an all streaming future?
No. Movies have moved into the all digital age. Like, there's no denying that. Like, people, like, there are millions of movies. I'm sorry, I forgot you were there, and I didn't want to.
Listen, it's true.
That was incredibly. That was like one of the meanest things I could say to somebody who wants 4,000 Blu-rays. But no, okay, there are people.
He'll show you pictures of too many games. He'll literally have pictures.
This is where I keep my rare ones. This is where I keep my Disneys. This is where I keep my.
Movies are the same, basically the same. Just watching that streamed compared to watching a Blu-ray, watching like a 4K stream. Sometimes, okay, there's some buffers with that, but it's nowhere near.
There's sound quality issues and clarity.
Okay,
go ahead. Sorry, go ahead.
Okay. All right, let me finish. Okay, it's much. It's much different compared to streaming a game. Streaming a game, there's latency, and then you also have sound problems and visual problems. Like, things just don't work as well. And it's also like movies are like kind of like a one-time thing for most people. Like, you just watch a movie and then you're done with it. I'm sorry.
How am I supposed to sit here and take this?
I want to ask very quickly, Scott, what your take is on the Nintendo Switch Pro controller.
I know where this is going.
I like it. It's very nice. It's it fits my hands very well. It's not the Joy-Con. I like it.
See? Okay, and when did you get your Pro controller?
I got it. Oh man, this is like, where were you when this happened? I was it was March 3rd, 2017.
Oh wow, okay.
Yeah,
so the day it came out. Okay.
Yeah, I remember when it came in the mail, I opened it up and I was just like, nice, I don't have to use the Joy-Con anymore.
So
cool.
Would you say that the Pro controller is like the accessory to buy for the Switch?
Well, you can buy those like battery packs for the Joy-Con. What else can you buy? You can buy
Sean, what else have you bought other than the Pro controller? Let's see what his line of Switch accessories are.
Okay, you know what? And you cannot blame me for not buying one this week because I had car trouble. My car has been parked since Sunday.
The Stinky Mobile, yes,
the Stinky Mobile was parked. So I went to my I'm gonna tell a story now.
All right.
I went to my new webcam.
I bought that before. The car broke down. I bought it. I bought it Saturday after the SpawnCast.
Does Scott know that you've been using the dog face Joy-Con controllers for the last 2+ years?
I could tell his hands look incredibly rough and depressing.
My hands are small, I know, but
like
they
a claw hand.
yours. They are my
I
own.
could tell they've been through some terrible times in the past 2 years. It's been rough.
I went to my grandma's house and my oil light came on and I'm like, all right, whatever. I just need to throw some oil in there. And I looked under the car, like when I got there or when I was about to leave, I was like, man, it's dripping kind of bad. So I'm driving home and the oil light comes on again. And then a second oil light came on and I'm like, I've never seen this before. So I pull into a gas station, like right near my house. And I look under the car and it's like drip, 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 like a faucet is on. And I'm like, holy shit. So I grab a quart of oil. I drive home and I just park it. And I'm like, I don't know what the hell I'm going to do. I'm not going to worry about it today. I'm not going to worry about it Monday. Because Monday I had to like film the Sega video and all this stuff. I was like, that has to be ready for Tuesday morning. I can't deal with it today. So my uncle actually came over because I told my grandma I was having car problems and I couldn't go get a pack of smokes. So she made my uncle go buy me a pack of cigarettes and bring it to me after he got off work. And he was like, yo, I got a neighbor who's like a mechanic handyman. He can come look at it. I was like, are you sure? And he was like, yeah, don't worry about it. He'll come over Tuesday. So he came over Tuesday. He looked at it. He took some shit apart. There was a cracked oil seal that was causing oil to just like pour out of the car. So I ordered the parts. He came by like Thursday or Friday, and then he came by yesterday and like a couple of the screws fell in and he didn't have a small enough magnet. Then he came back today and he didn't even tell me he was here. Like I just got a text that said, "Come outside and crank her up." I'm like, what the fuck is this? So he was out there working on the car, and now it works fine. We ran it for like 30 minutes. I drove it around. The leaks.
Yeah, you didn't have to get a different car, right? You didn't have to go.
Yeah, no. So now I might actually treat myself to a Pro Controller.
So these car problems cost you exactly $69.99 MSRP. So you couldn't afford a Pro Controller this week.
They were a little bit more. A little bit more. I had to buy the parts, and then. But the best part was I actually had, because he came by Wednesday, and I was like, "Hey, can you pick me up a pack of smokes on your way over here?" So the mechanic man brought me smokes as well.
Can you pick me up a pack of smokes? I'm not buying a Pro Controller this week, so
can you pick me up a Pro Controller too, please? Thank you.
I'll take some cancer, please. Just go ahead and do that.
Dude, I was having to like ration them off because like I was nervous. I was like, well, what if my car is like not fixed for 2 weeks? So I would like smoke a half and like put it out and then like go finish the half, and like the half was just so gross tasting and stuff.
How far is your like closest like convenience store or like gas station for you to go buy cigarettes? Can you just not walk?
I mean, I could, but I was gonna Uber. But see, I came over
to the gas station.
You just gotta train Ricky to do it for you, man.
I had my cousin come over yesterday, and she brought because her kids wanted to see the game room because they're all big into games and shit. I was like, yeah, come over. So she came over, and they're sitting there like playing on the basketball hoop and shit. I'm like, yo, come borrow your keys, and I gotta run some errands here. And she's like, oh yeah. So I ran to Walgreens and bought like 3 bottles of 3 2-liters of 7-Up, 80 pizza rolls, like ice cream, 3 boxes of cereal. Cause I didn't know if the car was gonna get fixed today or not. And it's E3, so I got to stock up on supplies and shit.
That is like the most like bachelor live by yourself like process ever.
You're not wrong, bro. This is somebody said that this is what we call kind of ghetto. You know what I'm saying?
Hey,
this is kind of a ghetto story.
He hasn't told you yet that he warms up the pizza rolls in his hands.
Leave him out in the sun.
What people in the chat don't realize, Sean, is that your videos could be like 40 minutes long. Like they don't even realize it.
People complain about my videos. I'm like, yo, you should see like the uncut shit.
Yes,
like,
I've seen Sean in person. He'll drop an hour-long video on you without thinking about it. But hey, good to hear you can get a Pro Controller now.
You better have by next week.
Yeah,
you have 1 week.
I think that could be due. Wait.
Oh, there we go.
Quarterly taxes are due.
I already paid my quarterly taxes.
You gotta pay them again by June 15th, buddy.
I just paid. I already sent it in.
Oh, I haven't done mine.
Anyway, let's go. Evan,
your tax information's on the floor.
Evan, you want to hit us with a Discord question?
Do you think Mac will ever get proper gaming support like Linux and Windows?
Nope.
No. Wait, one more time. I couldn't hear you.
I'm using one right now. I should know.
I was gonna say. Yeah, probably not though. Scott's like our expert here right now.
On Macs?
I think anyone that's owned a Mac.
Yeah,
I'm one of those guys.
I got a Mac.
I'm gonna be real with you, Scott. You're the only one here that's owned a Mac probably in their life.
I have a Mac right behind me.
Nobody else on the podcast.
No one else here.
I had a Mac in college. I had a Mac in college, and that was it. And I used it a little bit when I
college
first started
computers.
Yeah, I had a little Mac in college. And then also when I first started I used to edit on a Mac. Oh, it was it was funny back then. So yeah,
what's the big deal? I love editing on this thing.
I think I would edit on anything else. I can't. I don't like editing on PC.
I had a Mac.
What from McDonald's?
No, there's a story. So let me tell the Mac story real quick. So I have this terrible laptop over here that I still have. I've had this thing for like 7 years now. It's an Acer, absolute piece of shit. One night, like I used to live really grody and like I hate cleaning.
Okay.
Yeah. No, I've gotten a lot better. Like my new place has been clean this entire time, but maybe in part to my grandma. But
got the lamps anyway.
So like I used to leave, like I would like in the middle of the night, I'd get up and get a soda and just leave the can next to the bed. I had this chick staying over. She had to leave early in the morning, and it was like 6 in the morning. I heard her kick something over, and she was like, "Oh, I kicked over your soda." I was like, "Oh, did it get on the computer?" She's like, "No, it's fine." I was like, "Oh, okay." And like I remember looking, and it looked fine. So when I actually woke up that morning, I picked up the laptop off the ground and the whole bottom of it was soaked. And I'm like, holy shit. And this was when like RGT was like first starting out and it was actually starting to like do good. And so I started freaking out and I'm like, I can't afford another computer right now, blah, blah, blah. So I called my dad and I was like, yo, can you front me a computer and I'll pay you back? And he was like, yeah, what kind of computer do you want? I was like, you know what? I hear Macs are really good. I want to get a Mac. And he was like, okay. And so the Macs were on sale at Best Buy. So he ended up buying me one to help me out. And I was like, yeah, you know, I'll pay you back or whatever. And then that computer that was completely soaked in Diet Dr. Pepper never died.
Really? Wow.
Never died. Still to this
What
day.
happened to the Mac?
I used it like 4 times and then I sold it.
Now that is a Sean story.
All right. All right. I promise this is a video game podcast.
I spilled milk on a MacBook once. That was fun.
Dude,
Oh,
it's terrifying.
Yeah. I soaked it in rice? I was about to say beans, but no, it was rice.
Yeah, I just got my kidney beans out through my Mac and
Yeah.
soaked
I
it
just
overnight.
I heard like the thing where it's just like, oh, if you get your device wet or something, then just throw it in a bag full of rice or something. So I just took a bunch of rice and poured it all over the keyboard, since that's where I poured the milk on, and that wasn't a good idea. Like I took it to the Apple store and they cracked it open. There's rice in this keyboard, dude. What's going on?
My laptop was hungry. I tried to feed it.
Yeah, got
We had a
milk and
Panda
rice
Express
there.
party. Didn't go over
so
well.
good.
Oh man. Evan, you have another Discord question for us?
Nintendo said several games will be playable on the show floor at E3. What game do you think will be the "and more" in quotes?
Did they already say Astral Chain was playable?
I figured it'd be Pikmin 3 or maybe a 2D Metroid.
Yoshi's Crafted World.
Oh,
Yes.
Remember this game?
DLC.
Remember, please buy it.
It could even be DLC for a game. We'll go into that instead of Square next, since we're bringing it up. Okay, let me run through some of these super chats. We'll jump into that. What were we saying, Max?
Just real quick, I want to say Square Enix is going to be awesome. They better show us 20 minutes of Final Fantasy VII Remake, or I'm going to be pissed. Okay?
Yeah, because Sean told us all about his car and like his Mac and everything.
Sorry.
He ate up all the time I could have been hyped. I'm just saying, I want that game now.
I mean, none of us have anywhere to be, but Scott's a busy guy right now, so I'm not trying to keep him forever.
What are you talking about? I have Chrome open. I got that's all that's going on right now, man. Honestly.
Ethan says, "Is that John Tron?" With a question mark.
You're officially that guy, okay? You know the one.
Ha!
That
Hilarious.
meme, I do love that meme. I'll admit it.
I've had a hard confirmation that it's most likely now mid-October.
Here
but-
we go. Here we go.
What?
I don't know.
Listen, I don't know what. Listen, the game's done. I'll tell you this: game's done.
Bruh, direct feed game.
Oh man,
Perfect time. We're talking about his favorite subject.
yo,
Oh,
his
yo,
camera's
the
on.
camera's on.
A
Nate,
rare Nate
turn the
sighting.
light on. Turn the light. Oh,
This man pops
what are we
in.
seeing?
I'm in my car.
This shit has gone off the rails and I love it.
2 minutes till tires skid and then nothing.
Welcome to Dan guy. What is happening?
You almost showed your face.
Are you about to be murdered, bro? You need help, man. Like, this doesn't seem good.
Do you remember there was that dude who's live streaming himself driving drunk at like 100 miles an hour? And everybody was watching the stream and trying to guess how long till he got pulled over. This sort of reminds me of that.
Nate, aren't you supposed to be like driving a date home?
No, I'm leaving her house.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
Gotcha. All right.
She left her house, so.
nice.
Well, Nate, while we still have you, I actually have one Discord question for you. Are you going to go out for the role of Nathan Drake?
Who's to say I didn't already get that role?
Good question. I'll still include Sonic. There's 3 big current racers now on the market.
Son of a bitch.
This is a great podcast.
Quality podcast here.
Like a PE podcast.
This is cast on the road.
Yeah, the
See, this is why Stadia won't work.
Yeah, this is the Google Stadia of podcasts now.
Yeah. The fifth says you guys are being too negative. They're calling CNET on us.
Oh my god. I am so done dealing with CNET.
That's your territory, Jordan.
Hey man, we got free promotion for our Games versus Food channel. That's cool.
Here's the real question, because this is the thing that people started freaking out about. Is Animal Crossing getting delayed to 2020?
Yeah. Absolutely, yeah.
You think so?
100%. 100%. I
Stop putting that into the world. You're saying that gonna make it happen.
You keep your negativity.
I'm just guessing. Honestly, I'm
I'll
not.
call CNET.
Oh, God, yeah.
I have confidence just because, like, I don't know. I don't know.
September, damn it, September.
You can do September can be Animal Crossing, October could be Luigi's Mansion, November is Pokemon, and then December is Link's Awakening.
Breaking news! So we got an update on the legacy mode for Switch. But it ties in because we're talking about Nintendo Switch.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah. Like Witcher 3 is rumored so heavily right now to the point where the Geralt's own voice actor is like, wow, it would be crazy if it showed up on the Switch, wouldn't it?
Bruh, look at this dude.
Yeah.
Wouldn't that be crazy? Wow. I don't know what to do with that. It's like, oh, come on.
I'm very much looking forward to it. I don't care how it works. I don't care what the graphics look like. I love Witcher 3. I think it may be one of the in the top 5 best games ever made. I want to see that on Switch so bad. There's the moan of Nate.
I will just buy it so it's on my Switch home screen, and that'll be good enough for me.
Sean, you know what you should do? You need to buy a Pro Controller and just never open it, always leave it behind you. For some reason, you're not saying that.
That's perfect. I'm going to do that now. And I'm never going to use it. And I'm going to make sure that the sticker is on there. And every week I'll show you the sticker. Perfect. Now you've sold me on it. Hopefully, other third-party companies were anticipating something like this happening. And I'm just interested to see. And I know people say, "Oh, well."
Sorry, yeah, I love that game.
No, you know, people say shit like, "Oh, you know, this game's already out." Fuck off. This game's already out on the PS4 or Xbox One. It looks better, and it's like that's part of the cool thing I like.
You have a Q-tip in your hand.
Yeah.
Why is the SpawnCast airing behind you?
Because man, it's Spawnception.
Wait, did that Q-tip come out of your mouth when you coughed? What the hell did that?
Yes.
No, it was on the table, it was on the desk, and
I want to stop smoking, bro. I'm just like
no, I was like I had to spit, like there was a lot of saliva in my mouth. Yeah, there you go. Okay. I didn't want to say that though. What the fuck was I saying? So, anyways,
any other comments on Nintendo's E3 conference? That's Tuesday. Before we go through super chats and some Discord questions before we finish up.
Disappointment.
God.
Really?
Right on time.
I think it's going to be disappointing. People expecting Nintendo to come in and be like, "Oh, look at all these big new announcements we have. We're going to show these games from 2020." Are going to be disappointed. I think Nintendo's just going to walk out and be like, "Hey, Fire Emblem's come out in a month. Here's some more on that. Here's some Astral Chain. Here's some Zelda. Here's a little bit of like Animal Crossing and Pokemon. Here's a random eShop game. Bye." Like, well, that sucked.
Well, let me ask you this: do you think the Smash character on Tuesday would be enough to save like you know how people are like, "Oh, this announcement saved the Direct"? For them,
I don't think a Smash character can save. Like Nintendo's E3 is going to be good if you're just looking for updates, and it's going to be saved by third parties. Nintendo itself is going to disappoint people. It's going to be all the companies involved that make Nintendo have a good E3. I'm going to address the chat because these people seem confused. The guy's saying, "Who am I speaking for?" They're asking my predictions. So I'm speaking for myself. What don't you? I don't care if you think I am wrong. It's my opinion. What don't you get about this? When you listen to the radio and talk radio, the guy gives his opinion. I don't understand.
I'm sorry. Did you say radio? Did you say radio?
He not even said radio. He said talk radio.
Oh, he listens to the AM channels.
Damn right. They got good sports talk.
Which team are you listening to it for?
I listen to it for the Yankees.
You know, you just admitted that publicly.
Yes, I like the Yankees.
I don't know anything about sports. I just know that people don't like the Yankees. That's for Nate.
I think you have a very calm and fun police look at it, Nate. So.
Somebody call CNET, damn it.
All I know is that when it hits 1 p.m. on Tuesday, all the people sitting there are hyping up this direct, and when it disappoints, they can't go to Twitter and Reset Era and Reddit and bitch about it. Don't sit there and say, "Where's Metroid Prime 4? Where's Metroid Trilogy? Where's Mother 3? Where's that game that makes my life good?"
Wow. It's gonna happen.
Wow. Just kidding. Wait, how did the date go tonight? Is this indicative of the date? Are we good
God,
there?
no, this is the complete opposite.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
If they do like a double character, if they do have the dual character, they do have the double character release.
Ross the Ball says Sean's stories are the most video game stories.
You're not wrong.
Then JT Blue says this podcast has turned into the life and times of Sean Long.
You're not wrong.
Rotten Tanuki says, "Hey RGT, I can draw you as a day one Patch Kids."
Go for it.
What?
I don't know. Draw me like one of your French whores.
Well, I don't know if that's how that goes. Whoa.
It's close.
Is that not it?
It's drawing your French girls, but
okay, sorry.
Yeah.
I would like a full Final Fantasy remake of Final Fantasy VIII. Like, totally blow it out, give us full voice acting, do everything, give us gun blades, do it.
My favorite scene is the intro scene. When like the people are just like spontaneously combusting and burning on fire because of the mitochondria. Like that was
crazy back then.
Shit.
Yeah. Jiggy Fly says the RGT 85 glory all booth and men's room at E3.
Here's the thing, evidently.
What are you eating?
Oreo ice cream. What?
Are the pizza rolls in it? Like just mixing it all together?
You're eating it out of the like a pregnant.
He's a
woman,
bachelor, man.
Yeah, who else is gonna eat it?
You get a bowl
right out of the dish. Eats it right out of the box. He eats pizzas.
I was gonna say that's the most surprising. Not the part where he just had an entire pizza and just picked the whole thing up.
That was funny too. I was like, what? You need a pizza cutter. I was the same. I was like, what the hell?
That was great. Oh, that was awesome. Man, Sean's got the life over there.
It ain't bad.
It charted for a while, but yeah, I'm sure it didn't sell crazy numbers.
But now it's uncharted.
But
it was also a budget too.
Ziljan says, for Scott, this comes from Michigan. Ohio sucks.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
There's a big rivalry between. I mean, I'm pretty sure you know all about it, Scott.
Yeah, of course. I mean, like the big Michigan and Ohio football craze. Like, okay, every single year we got Ohio State versus Michigan, and every single year Michigan loses, and Ohio State fans go effing nuts with it. They're just like, yeah.
I've got to say, I've been to an Ohio State Michigan game, and damn, it is great. That's the one thing I will say about Ohio State versus Michigan. It is awesome when I was recruiting there, so it was great. I like my experience.
Like, I just always look at that. It's just like when Michigan loses and Ohio State fans go crazy. I'm just like, were you expecting them to win? like I don't keep up with football, but I'm just like they're not gonna win, dude.
Michigan gets their ass beat a lot.
Yeah, why are you freaking out about this? Like, were you really not expecting? Like, it's just like I don't get it. As an Ohioan myself, I don't get it. But Ohio's pretty cool. They got like a Burger King down the street. Pretty cool.
They just put it on a Sonic around here, so we're moving up in the world.
Dude, Sonic is like the best garbage fast food place. Like it is terrible.
I remember
they
opened Sonic around me. They had a line to the drive-thru that was like 3 hours long. And I couldn't believe people sat there for 3 hours. Like, I can't wait to get my Sonic shake. Get your ass up and walk into the store.
You never wanted to
their ice cream is pretty okay, but everything else is just like, all right, why would I buy a breakfast burrito from Sonic? Like,
listen,
it's just,
you
that's
go
the
there,
worst idea ever.
You park in a spot, some person in some really bright blue, red, and yellow outfit, overall get up on rollerblades, comes skating out with your food. It's entertaining, at least.
Did you know that Sonic was my first job and I was the ice cream and drink man?
You were the ice cream man.
I was gonna ask if you were the rollerblade dude.
No. I made,
In the
I made
short
sure.
shorts and everything.
Oh,
I remember
nice.
the best time was when this girl was on a date and I didn't like this girl. And I could see her throughout the window and she ordered a cherry limeade with extra cherries. And so what I did was I took all the cherries and I bit them and I just put a bunch of stems around it and I put like 2 actual cherries in there and just watching her face as she got the drink and was like so excited and she opened it and there was just 2 cherries. It made me laugh so hard.
So the health inspection probably not having any.
Oh, dude, that place was so. Dude, the fucking manager was selling pills like fucking Xanax and Perks out of the store.
Yeah, so Sean was the guy spitting in
So
sandwiches.
that's what you were doing instead of playing Battle for Bikini Bottom?
Yes.
Yo,
Oh
my God.
Sonic. So we got a new Sonic here like 2 years ago, right? And my Sonic got in trouble because the manager there was selling weed to people. He put it in the bags as they're ordering. Dude, it's all is Sonic just a drug ring? Is it a front?
Well, I mean, you don't walk into the restaurant, so I assume that's where the best cocaine deals go down. Like, honestly,
we're in the wrong business.
I worked at Waffle House. I worked at Waffle House for a long time. Every meth was on, or every cook was on meth. Every meth was on.
Man, y'all here like breaking that. I was like, hey, when I was working, we actually worked. Like, I mean, we worked. Like, I worked at McDonald's. I actually flipped burgers and everything.
I worked
was
at Subway.
Like,
For how much Sean remembers of it, he worked.
I was a sandwich artist. Damn it!
y'all crazy over here. I'm just like, I just worked.
Steven says that I already missed Banjo talk. Yeah, we talked actually quite a bit about Banjo. So
yeah,
True Banjo, Sonic Drive-In, dude. I love talking about Sonic.
Sonic Drive-In for Smash. Fuck it.
Dude, I can't wait for Sonic Drive-In. Dude,
Dude,
Sonic Drive-In's booth at E3 is going to be insane. Oh my God.
Then Melvin says, Sean, you're on a roll tonight.
Thank you.
And he said, chill.
Yeah.
I wanted to let you say thank you before I said that to you. Creep says the mitochondria is the powerhouse of the cell.
You're not wrong.
Oh yeah, it is.
I actually talked about that topic tonight for some weird reason while on a date.
On your date?
Yeah, she had a bunch of like microbiology.
She had a bunch of mitochondria.
And she was like,
I had to let her know.
Yeah, she's like, look at mitochondria. I was like, okay.
So that's why the date ended early. That's all right.
No, that was literally the opening.
David Valdez says, supporting the SpawnCast. I just joined late. Can't believe you guys are still on. Yeah, and you got all these people together. It's like
it's the pre.
We're having fun. It's entertaining, man. People are having fun.
Dude, I can talk about Sonic Drive-In for like 2 more hours. Honestly, I can go on about that place.
So the main cook.
Oh God!
It was this Lumbee Indian guy, and nobody knew his real name. Everyone just called him Big Pun. And one night, like I was out back smoking a cigarette, and he got off work, and he was like, "Sean." I was like, "What's up, man?" He's like, "Come here, man." And I went over there, and he pulled out this little pink lunchbox that was like a My Little Pony lunchbox, and he opened it up, and inside was like a Glock and all these rounds and shit. He was like, "Don't fuck with me, man." I was like, "All right, Pun, I won't fuck with you." It was the most random thing in the world.
Were you messing with him before?
No,
what did you do? Did you eat his cherries and give him stems?
No, he was cool. He was the cook.
It doesn't seem that pretty cool if he's threatening you.
I know.
No,
he was you over and be like, "Hey, come here. You mess with me, I'll shoot you."
Yeah, man,
Okay.
Yeah, he was just letting me know.
I grew up like a choir boy. I grew up like a choir boy compared to you guys, man.
Oh, yeah.
Oh
What
my
was this
God.
Sonic found in? Like the ghetto?
I mean, a little bit, yeah.
I have stories like that, but they're all horrible and depressing. So I don't know what to tell about that.
Oh man,
My God, my when I was a teenager, my job wasn't that. I worked at a delicatessen. I mean, the worst thing I did was like cut half my hand off in the meat slicer and almost die eating cinnamon. On the ESPN show, the guy always has the chalkboard behind him with a new phrase. I think every week I'm gonna have a new Snapchat filter picture.
Okay.
We also used to install stereo systems in the back of Sonic. Me and my buddy Hank, we like because like whenever people would get like subs or like new head units for their car, we knew how to do it, and so like we would have people come out there and just leave their cars in the back, and we would, whenever we go on break, we would work on their cars and make money. It was fun.
Was your Sonic like a thing in like Grand Theft Auto where people just park the cars, you paint jobs?
It was Grand Theft Auto. It was like it seems to me like Grand Theft Auto.
It was legit, dude.
My mom would not want me on this podcast right now. I'll tell you guys that right now. She'd be like, "Nah, get yourself off this Bad Boys podcast."
Demetrio Ramirez, no message. Thanks. Warm Rotisserie says, "Who hurt you, Nate?" And then he said, "New custom robo from Nintendo with a question mark."
I mean, physically, I was hurt tonight by biting and scratching from the day.
Oh, God damn, Nate.
I mean, it is almost midnight. You could say things like that.
Oh,
Yeah.
God, what?
I mean, it's not really. I mean, it's not being hurt. I mean, it's a good type of pain.
Okay. All right. All right. Okay.
It's like 3 or 4 okays are all right, my John. That's awesome.
Right.
The best part about this is the most viewed SpawnCast ever.
There you go.
Yeah, we got Sean's ghetto job as a teenager, my apparent sex life.
I'm about to vomit from motion sickness from staring at this screen for 3 hours. So we're about to have 4,000 people watch me puke. So we're going to get even more views because of that.
We're at 1K likes. Like this is a big.
This
night.
is breaking records tonight.
This is the night.
Shout out to Sonic Drive-Thru.
Yeah, we get that sponsor for next week's.
Yeah.
Them and Game Pass, the merger we all wanted.
It's about time Game Pass sponsors us.
It's just $1.
Just $1.
Nate, sounds like how I feel about stuff like Final Fantasy VII Remake. Anyway, I enjoyed the SpawnCast. RGT and Scott were hilarious today. Peace,
See,
guys.
I am the voice of the people. They don't voice their opinions out loud, so I have to do it for them.
Thanks, Vaughn.
Someone called you Nate the Hate. I kind of like that, and I think we should roll.
That's going to be a shirt. I'm going to sell that. Nate
That's your wrestler name.
That's your wrestler name.
Most wanted remake. Oh man, I don't know, man. I mean, Mario Sunshine probably, just because I think that game.
Oh God,
deserves.
Why does this game come back to haunt me every week?
I think well, he was saying, Nate, if it comes back and they fix some of the stuff in the game,
then just make a good Mario.
Ross the Boss, the last one, says best SpawnCast ever. You should do a SpawnCast Stories edition. I think that's like
versus Nate the Hate.
SpawnCast Stories, where we just talk about Sonic Drive-Thru. There you go. And then why does Nate look like Tom from MySpace?
Who says I'm not Tom from MySpace and I have $200 million?
Because you're on this podcast. That's why.
Yeah, exactly. That's how you know I have $200 million because I'm on this podcast. I have nothing else to do.
Okay. Yeah, you know what? I can't argue that.
And my YouTube is just Scott the Waz. So that's about it.
And then Sean, what about you, man?
You can find me on RGT85 making 4 videos that have burps, or you can go to your local Sonic and see a 16-year-old slanging drugs and think of me. Think of me.
That's good branding.
And then OJ, where can they find you, man?
Yeah, you can find me right here on YouTube, just Player Essence.
And then Nate, where can they find you?
They can find me on Twitter at DirectFeedGames. There's a link to my YouTube channel there where you will find direct feed footage of games and the occasional discussion video. I actually have one up now where I say Nintendo's E3 will be a disappointment. And I know now that's going to like spawn a bunch of chat people saying shut up, but
do you want to drop that in the chat?
No.
Throw it to the dogs.
I already threw it to the dogs. I recorded it while walking a dog.
What about Jordan?
You can find me. I have a joint channel working on with Tyler called Games versus Food.
Go to Sonic.
Got well, hey, we're waiting for a Sonic, another Sonic game or opportunity.
Oh.
So it's called Games versus Food.
Yeah, Rax put someone in there.
Okay, yeah, go ahead and raid. I think that's Sparks.
Why is Nate the Hate trending?
I like it.
What? Oh, Nate the Hate, nice.
Apologies for being a little bit quieter this episode, but I am extremely sick right now. I probably should not have done this show at all, and I'm honestly about to die.
Okay, you can jump. You can
nice.
You can.
Man, people say I'm dark.
I'm sorry. I don't know what it is. My motion sickness. Something about screens, man.
You can jump. You can jump off, Max.
I am going to jump off at some point. Scott, I want to have you on. I'm going to start doing a podcast, I think, but let me think about that later. I'm just going to.
Okay.
Well, Yep, he's all right. He actually died. All right. Well,
Wow.
Beat the beat. That's all, folks.
All right.
just like the way of the
mate.
Dreamcast. Am I right?
Mate the
Oh, man.
mate. That's a good one.
And then what about Evan?
Just find me on Twitter, Chemerick's Project. I'm gonna do anything. That's where I'll talk about it, so you can follow there.
Okay, cool. All right, that's everything. That was episode 114, right, Evan?
Yep.
Episode 114. Next time we'll have our podcast. Actually, all of E3 will be behind us, and we can look back on E3 and see what happened. So it'll be pretty fun then too.
How disappointing the Nintendo thing will be.
Apparently. So we'll see you guys next Saturday night, 9 p.m. Eastern time. See you guys then.
Riggedy, wreck, son!